Alright, changing the fuel filter on a 1.9 liter Volkswagen diesel. This is the ALH model with the Bosch rotary injection pump. So we're going to change this fuel filter. You're going to need a Phillips screwdriver, a slotted screwdriver, some pliers to get the clamps off, a new filter, a good one like this MAN, which would be like an original equipment style filter. Comes with 2 new O-rings which go in the thermostatic T, which we'll show, and then the filter itself which will eventually go down in there. You'll also need some kind of diesel fuel or additive to fill the new filter with, so that the pump can be primed. If you put it in empty, it's going to struggle getting fuel from the tank and starting again. So the fuel comes from the tank through this line and then comes out of here into the injection pump. The unused fuel, which is most of it, comes back through this return line through this thermostatic T, which when cold is open, so it allows fuel, warm fuel, after it's been over by the motor, to warm the other fuel in the filter before it goes back to the tank. When it's warm, this spring closes in this thermostatic T, and the fuel is just returned straight to the through this line back to the fuel tank. So that thermostatic T helps warm the fuel in cold weather. It doesn't warm the fuel, but it directs the warm fuel into the filter so that it can then warm the new fuel that's cold coming from the tank before it goes to the engine. So as long as you can get one of these started in the winter, they tend to keep running because the fuel starts warming up pretty quickly. Okay, first things. These are 6mm nuts on these hose clamps if you have the OEM clamps. You can also just use a little slotted screwdriver. Alright, you gotta have a thin screwdriver or a 6mm nut driver, which I'm going to use. You loosen these off. And then you could use your slotted screwdriver to kind of help without marring up the... It's been a while since this has been changed. Without marring up the hoses. Okay, now this little clip comes off of here, which holds the T in. Whoa, a little Mickey Mouse clip. Okay, and then finally there is a Phillips screw here that's a clamp that holds the whole filter tight in there. You just loosen that off so we can start moving the... I don't want to introduce any dirt, so I got a clean paper towel here. I'm going to try and pop this thermostatic T straight up first and put it to the side. It's sticky. Sticky, sticky, sticky. I don't want to break it. There. There's the T, and there's the 2 O-rings that need to be replaced. Okay, so I'll just kind of tuck that with some clean paper towel so it doesn't get dirt in it. And then I'll loosen this clamp again. And pull the whole thing up. And we'll pull the whole thing up after we get the fuel lines off. Whoop, got a rag there because you will see some fuel spilling. Take this off, take that line off. And put everything to the side, and there's the old filter. Now here's the new filter. So we'll kind of get it in place and then we'll hook everything up and change the O-rings. Put the new filter in. Make sure this is tight first on the bottom so it doesn't leak. And then right away, let's get these fuel lines hooked back up so we don't introduce any dirt into the system. Oh, I nearly forgot. I lost the little nut that goes in there, so I'm going to put a plain gear clamp on. That bad boy on there. Alright, now the washer's on this thermostatic T. There's a blue one and a black one. Okay, the blue one goes on the top, the black one goes on the near the tip here. Okay, these two on this particular previous change are both black. So you take a little pick and be very careful. You don't want to bugger up the plastic. Take a little pick and just get that old washer off, 1 and 2, gently without marring up the plastic. Okay, those two bad boys are gone. Now, here's what they say. You put the black one on the bottom first, like that, right? And then very carefully take the blue one and slide it right over the top into that second slot. Blue there, black there. Okay? Take a little bit of diesel fuel on your fingers and just lubricate those a little bit so they don't have any trouble going in. And then you can put that thermostatic T back in. Just make sure it pops all the way down. Like that. And then the little Mickey Mouse clip can go back in to hold it in place. Oh. Goes like that. There. Now it's not going to go anywhere. You tighten that clamp, make sure the mouse clip is in. I was going to pull a T out fully originally, but you really don't have to, and you really shouldn't. You don't actually need to move these clamps back at all, because the more stuff you keep hooked up together, the better. You don't need to remove these clamps unless you're removing these hoses because you're changing out this T or something. So my bad, these can just stay in place. Get back. Oh, you whore. Get on there, you slutty bitch. Come on, you cunt. Get this back into place there. There, so that's good, that's tight, that's back in, that's tight, that's tight. Finally tighten up the clamp to hold the filter in place. Now you want to fill this new filter up with fuel. You can take the old filter and kind of, if you can, without making a big bloody mess, you can fill it back up like that. You can also hook everything back up and put a mighty vac on here and just suck here to draw fuel in and fill the filter up. But I forgot my mighty vac at the other garage, so I'm stuck with gravity. It's a very slow process. Check for leaks. It's got that fuel I spilled on it already, but no air bubbles, and it's idling nice, so looks like things are good. Thanks so much for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. If you learned something in this video, let me know down below. And we'll catch you next time. Thank you. Here's what they say. You put the black one on the bottom first. Right? This shit out of here. Black one goes on the bottom. Okay. Oh, for Christ's sake.